Hey, it's Gwen Fox, and I have a question for you. Have you ever had an image in your head and you know exactly what you want? You know the colors, you know the design, you know the feeling that you want it to have. But it doesn't come from here out to your hand onto the canvas, because what happens on the canvas is not what you are thinking about. It doesn't look that way. So what do? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you what I did. I was so frustrated. I had this perfect thing in my head. I knew what I wanted. So it didn't work out, but I learned some things from this. And so I wanted to share this with you. I learned that you don't give up because it begins to look like shit. You don't give up. You don't become frustrated and want to keep just putting on. The big thing that I learned is you want to make sure you sit back and you look at the little nuances that are so beautiful. They're so small, the transitions, whatever. And you think, oh my gosh, I did that. And that's perfect. But instead, what did I do? Well, I just kept that brush going because I thought, if I move it fast enough, something's going to happen. And it didn't. But it did in the end. It's not a great painting, but it's okay. And it went through so many phases. But I'm going to take you through the phases. I'm going to tell you what I learned, how I did it, and I want you, if you have questions, to ask me about that. What did I do? What was I thinking? Why did I do that? And I learned that I love stencils. I think they're pretty fabulous. So let's get to the video, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I love doing it, because I'm going to do a whole series on this. So I'll keep you posted. So let's get to the video. All right, here is when I started taking the photos of everything, and I'm really liking it. So I told you I wanted a dark painting, and I love how the flowers are loose, and I wish I had kept them that way, but I didn't. Now the vase is on the far left side. It's the white, which is, everybody assumed it was in the middle, and I then started realizing, oh, maybe that's in the middle. But now I've added some green. I'm trying to, at this point, I don't realize that the vase looks like it's in the middle. So now I add a stencil to the vase to bring it out. And I'm beginning to really like this. I'm thinking, I love the stencil. I really do. And I add a little bit more to the flowers. Then I add stencil to the background to pull it together. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, this is what it's going to need. If I'm going to pull this together and have the vase to the far left, I need to have some stencil to the right. So, hence that. Then I decide, okay, I give up. I'm going to put the vase in kind of the middle. I'm going to make it the white, and I love how the stencil turned out. It turned out even better with this. Now, this is oil, and I'm painting over oil. We're not talking letting it dry. It is wet. So then I decide I'm not a dark painter. I'm going to make it all light. I want it bright. I'm giving up on the darkness. But I really love my stencil. I love the purple on the edge, the left edge. But there's something that I wish I had taken the time to sit back and observe, because what I really, really, really love is the edge of the flower that goes into the vase. That is exquisite with the values and the color. But it's things like this that we miss if we don't sit back and observe. And that's what I didn't do. Therefore, I missed it. Now, this one, for some reason, I decided the vase had to be pure white with no stencil. And the blue that I've added to the right is a Charvin color called Bright Linen. But even if you don't like what you're doing right now, you find little bits and pieces that are so gorgeous. And I love that part. But then, guess what? I decided maybe the pot needs to be black. And I still kept that little bit, though, up the top. I love that. I looked at that and I'm thinking, well, maybe it needs to have some stencil. And I put stencil on it. And I changed the shape because I didn't like the shape. It was too plain. And then I look at this and I say, oh my gosh, this stencil is messy. It doesn't show up well at all. So what do? I scrape off the black and I make it white. And quite frankly, I like it. I like the white. And I really like the stencil because I think the stencil looks really, really good. It looks, I don't know, it has a different feel to it, and I'm liking that. So now I got to decide what I'm going to do here. I'm adding a couple of flowers. I'm keeping that little bit up at the top right, and I'm adding some dark up at the upper left. I'm looking at this thinking, I don't know what to do here. So what do? When I don't know what to do, I either sit back and wait or I eliminate. And that's what I did here. I have eliminated and I have decided perhaps I need some other colors. And then I think maybe I need to change the values. Now, you guys are going to think I'm totally crazy because then I decide I'm going to really simplify. And that's what I did. I decided, though, maybe it needs a brighter color on the left, which I put in a kind of a turquoisey. Then I added white because I'm frustrated and I'm about to give up. But when I added the white, something clicked and I liked it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to add some darks. I'm going to add some more whites. And then I see on the left side this line. And I added a line all the way across. And I liked it. It kind of helped divide everything, made everything hold together. I don't know. I just felt like there was a little bit of a breakthrough here. And that was good. And then I added the stencil. I just love the stencil. So I added that. And you can see here on the right, I've got a close-up of the stencil. I loved it. Now I've decided it probably needs a little bit more of the purple because it's a very warm painting. So I add that. Then I start looking at this and number one, I see that the stencil stops at a particular line. You can see it here better. And I didn't like that. Plus, the stem is very stiff. So I need to change that. And here it is with the stencil completed through. The stem is a lot softer. I've added actually another flower. And so here is the final piece. And I know the painting isn't perfect, but I learned so much from this. And this is what we need to do, is to learn from each painting. Otherwise, it's a waste. So if you've got questions on how I did anything or questions why I did anything, let me know. I am right there for you. I love you. See you in the next video.